Morning students, let's begin our session 4 of the chapter 2nd. In the previous session 3 I have given you a flow chart. You have to write in that the functions of the given respective diagrams in 2 to 3 lines. So let us discuss first that flow chart. In the previous session 3rd, we have discussed about one activity that we all eat chapatis. Quite often our digestive system breaks down this food item into simple form. It thus helps to provide, what does it provide? Nutrition, energy, and it also maintains the body cells, tissues, and help us to grow. Now we have to one flow chart I will be going to show you, and in the previous session 3rd I have given you also the flow chart. Now by using this flow chart we have to describe the journey of the chapatis, how the digestion used to takes place. The first diagram you are seeing here, what is it? It's a buccal cavity, and our buccal cavity consists of what? Our buccal cavity consists of teeth. So it is the view of buccal cavity. So first of all we have to also write the function of the teeth. Teeth helps in cutting, tearing, and grinding of food. And what does the tongue used to do? Tongue helps in mixing of saliva with food and swallowing the food. Next, come to the next view. What is it? Our second view is, it is a stomach. It is stomach. So what we are going to write? What does the stomach do? Stomach receives foods and passes it into small intestine for the digestion. The inner linings of stomach gives the gastric juice, which helps. What does this gastric juice consist of? Mucus, hydrochloric acid, and enzymes, where the further breakdown of the food molecules takes place. Now come to the third view. What is our third view? See this diagram. Are you seeing? What is it? From the stomach it is passes to small intestine. So it is the view of small intestine. And what does the small intestine do? The complete digestion of the food takes place in the small intestine, and small intestine takes the help of very special type of secretions that are from the specific glands. So small intestine have the following specific glands. First secretion from the specific gland is liver. What does the liver secrete? Liver secrete bile juices. Second is pancreas. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. And then to the small intestine itself, the inner lining of the small intestine, what does it secretes? Intestinal juice. And all these secretion of the following glands helps in the complete digestion of the food in small intestine. Now next process is, when after complete digestion, whatever the undigested material is there, it passes to where? In the large intestine. So it is a view of large intestine. In large intestine, what does takes place? Maximum absorption of water and minerals from the undigested food. Now come to the last one. Last view of the diagram means it is the last step. You are seeing this diagram. So it is a view of rectum and anus. It is a view of rectum and anus. whatever the leftover waste part of the food that passes through the rectum and gets stored there in the form of and fecal, and it gets eliminated through our body through the anus. So these are the functions of the following diagrams which I have shown you and which are there present in the flow chart. So all these, it was homework, so I think almost all of you has completed this. Just only match it with the answer I am going to show you. First is a view of buccal cavity. Teeth helps in cutting, tearing and grinding of food. Tongue helps in mixing up of saliva and with the food and in swallowing food. Second is the view of stomach. Stomach receives food and passes it into the small intestine, the inner linings of stomach, gastric juice, which have mucus, hydrochloric acid and enzymes. Third, it is a view of small intestine. It helps in the digestion by using three types of secretions like liver, bile juice, pancreas, pancreatic juice, small intestine, inner wall secrete intestinal juice. Now the fourth view is, it is the view of large intestine. In large intestine, maximum absorption of water and minerals takes place from the undigested part. Now the fifth one and the last view is of rectum and anus. The leftover, whatever the left waste part of food passes through the rectum and stored there in the form of fecal, and it gets eliminated. It gets eliminated through anus. So these are the answers. Please write down. Next topic is nutrition in curd chewing herbivore animals. Curd chewing herbivorous animals. So first of all, we have to get that what is ruminant. What does ruminant means? Ruminants means curd chewing herbivorous animals are called ruminants. Example, cow, deer, camel, etc. Now what does the curd means? Here the curd means it is the partially digested food returned from the first stomach of ruminant to the mouth for further chewing. What does it mean? Have you all seen cows and buffaloes used to take the grass and eat it hurriedly? They used to graze in the field, and then after, when they used to sit idle, they used to do the chewing process. In Hindi we call it as जुगाली. हाँ, तो इसमें क्या करते हैं, काउज और बेफेलोज माउथ में वापस रिटर्न अपने फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द स्टमक से वो फर्दर जो है वो दोबारा से लेते हैं, एंड देन दे यूज टू च्यू इट प्रॉपरली. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कर्ड. इस फूड को हम लोग क्या कहेंगे, कर्ड. नाउ सेकेंड, ruminants have a very special 4-chambered stomach. Ruminants have 4-chambered stomach. I will discuss this in diagram also, but before that I am explaining you these points so that when you will see in a diagram it will be more clear. So ruminants have a very special type of stomach. Their stomach is 4-chambered. First chamber is the largest chamber called as rumen. First chamber of the stomach is the largest chamber and that chamber is called as rumen. And what is rumination? Rumination is the rumen. Do you get, student? Rumen, four chambered stomach. These are the very important points regarding the animals, ruminants. Rumination. What does rumination means? It is the process in which ruminants brings food back to their mouth and chew it thoroughly. So rumination is what? Rumination is the process by which the ruminants bring food back to their mouth and chew it thoroughly. Now the next is ruminants. Ruminants have a bag-like structure between small intestine and large intestine called cecum. Bag-like structure is called cecum. And this cecum consists of what? The bacteria present in cecum helps in the further digestion of the food. Means cecum consists of the special useful bacteria which help them to in the further digestion. Students, see the digestive system of cow. You are seeing it's a ruminant animal, and this ruminant animal you are seeing a esophagus through which the food is passed to the largest part of the stomach, that is rumen. And in the rumen, then you are seeing here small intestine is there and large intestine. Between this small intestine and large intestine, a part is there called cecum, which used to consist of the largest useful bacteria. So students, you have to draw the diagram of the digestive system of cow. In your notes copy, you have to label it properly. So view it carefully. All the whatever the in the diagram labeling is there, you have to do all the labelings properly. Now our next topic is nutrition in amoeba. We have studied about the amoeba in the previous class. Also we have discussed in class 6 that amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is a microscopic. Why it is microscopic? Because it is very small in size, and where it found, it always found at the moisty soil or moisty places like the pond or the lakes, and it is having a cell membrane and it can constantly change its shape because it is irregular in shape. So amoeba can change its shapes very smoothly, and you will see that amoeba is having a very special type of feet that is called as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means feet. Means amoeba from its membrane, whenever the requirement is there, whenever it has to move or it has to catch the food, it used to the cell membrane gets to be bulges out and it behaves as a pseudopodia, that is the false fit. So the amoeba usually use pseudopodia for capturing the food. So let us see how the amoeba uses its pseudopodia for it catching the prey or the food. So let us discuss the diagram. First of all, understand this process, then you will going to write or draw the diagram. So first let me explain you how the nutrition in amoeba takes place. Amoeba is having an irregular shape. You are seeing here at the center, being it is a cell, so it should have these boundaries called as cell membrane, and inside a cell the master is present. Master is what? The nucleus. And amoeba has to take the food. Food is present here. Food is located here, and this is the nucleus. Now how the amoeba will take the food? Now let us see in the second step. See, amoeba changes its size, shape change कर लिया है, और you are seeing a finger like projection. यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं आप, यहाँ पे finger like projection prey को घेर लिया है ना. It's surrounding. Now the pseudopodia bulges out and it is surrounding the food. This is the food. And now in the next step, see, through the pseudopodia, you are seeing in there, pseudopodia is what? Surrounding the food. And in this third step, you will see that food has entered inside the body of the amoeba. So when it enters in the food vacuoles inside the body of the amoeba, then food vacuole starts secreting digestive juice, where the digestion will take place. See here, the food vacuole is here. So in the fourth step, it is very clear that this is nucleus and this is the food vacuole and this is the food. And in this, the digestion will take place, because inside the food vacuole, digestive juices are secreted by the amoeba. And now in the fifth step, what you are seeing, now the complete digestion of food is taken place. Now the food is completely digested in the food vacuole. And after that, in the last step, you are seeing that now again the waste material, whatever the useful material is taken, whatever the useful material is taken, it is when the food gets to be digested, whatever the useful materials gets to be absorbed and used in the production of the energy, movement, maintenance of the organism. And whatever the undigested food gets to be eliminated out, as per we used to eliminate the fecus, in the same way whatever the undigested food, again it will be eliminated throughout the body of the amoeba. So again it will happen from the body walls. ठीक है, तो सूडोपोडिया से फिर से बाहर जो है, जो भी अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड था वो जो है वो बाहर की तरफ निकल जाएगा. And this very process is called as elimination of waste product from the body is called as what? Whatever the food vacuole में जो भी undigested unwanted material थे वो बाहर निकले, उस process को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? It is called as agitation. It is called as agitation. Now I am showing you a very clear diagram. Now the nutrition in amoeba is clear to you all, how it happens. Okay, now I am showing you one diagram. You have to draw this diagram in your copy. See this diagram, this is the process of amoeba, nutrition in amoeba. Now student, few questions that you have to do in your classwork copy. What is ruminant? Second is, what is rumination? Third is, what is curd? Fourth question, write the steps of nutrition in amoeba. You have to describe the steps. You can also take the help of the diagram also, what we have discussed in previous view. Students, complete these questions in your homework copy, whatever the questions are here, and we will discuss in our next session. So let us end the session. Study the video carefully, so that each and every point of this video should be clear to you all.